It's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and I am joining along with the Mayflowers video hop. I'll have all the details down below of the other participants, so please check them out. Today I'm going to be using this bunch of flowers, as you can see here, as part of the video hop, and I'm going to be making a card with this card blank. This is a 5 by 5 inch. I've had these in my stash for ages, so I thought I'd make use of them. And I'm also going to use these sentiment strips as well. So if you're not familiar with these, I'll talk a little bit more about those later as well. So I've been keeping those in my stash. So basically today's video is going to be a bit of construction. I've got lots of stuff ready to go. Now these are actually watercolours. It came in like a bit of a cut apart sheet from Uniquely Creative, and it's been a bit of a double whammy because I've had a lot of fun watercolouring them as well as fussy cutting them out, and I've gone around the edges with my black Copic marker as well, just to give them some definition and give them a bit more of a professional look. I don't normally work to a design. I'm more of a kind of wing it kind of gal when it comes to all my creations. I know what I want to use though. You've seen the supplies, so you'll see me here just having a little bit of a play around and figuring out what I want to use. Now this is quite a large piece, so I'm just going to go with this flower on here, and you can see I've got this little swatch book that Jennifer Maguire inspired. If you've not seen my video on this, I'll put a link to it here, but I'm using that just to find the right colour of distressing that I want to do with this colouring. And you can see I've got this mosaic stencil. This was just a cheap one from Kmart, and I've just placed it in the centre using my Make Art Station. And now that I've picked the colours of my Distress Oxides, which is Mustard Seed and Squeezed Lemonade, I'm just going to get my foam blending tool. Now for my oxides, I do have a separate one for each, and again I'll put a card here of the video where I talk about that. And just because they stay nice and juicy, you don't have to clean them off, so you're not wasting as much ink. And I have been tending to use my oxides more than the normal Distress ones recently. So I'm just putting this colour down initially. This is the darker one that's going to go through the stencil, and then I'm going to go over it with the Squeezed Lemonade afterwards just to colour that in. So I've got a nice little background on here. Now if you've not seen this Make Art Station before, definitely check it out. I love it. It saves you using tape. It means that you can just stencil straight on, not worrying about anything slipping and sliding, because there is those it's a magnetic ruler as well as round magnetic pieces. And I believe they do a smaller one now for card makers specifically. You can see here I'm just using some of this blue mint tape. This is from scrapbook.com, but any low tack tape would do, and that's just stopping my ink from going on the back of the card. So it doesn't take me long to do this at all, and you can see those colours go really well now with the flowers that I'd already watercoloured in on this cut apart sheet. I want it to have some dimension, so I'm going to use these foam dots. Now if you're like me, you want to use every little bit of your supplies. I always use these as well, so because it's quite a wide area on the back of the flowers, I'm going to start with these and use these up. I'm not going to show you all of this because it does take a little bit of time to get all of these dots and foams on the back, but I am going to be giving this card in person, so just bear in mind if you're putting it through the mail whether it's something you do want to add dimension to or not, because you will see me later also crease the little flowers and leaves as well, just to give them more of a realistic look. But of course if they're going in the mail, that might get squished, so just be mindful of that. So this is quite a good image I think with the card. It's pretty good, it fills most of it, and it means I don't have to do an awful lot of work. So keeping your design simple helps to speed up the process for card making. I love the flowers though on here, and I've been loving practicing with watercolours as well, so it's great to be able to use this in a card. Now let me talk a little bit more about these sentiment strips, because this also is a huge time saver. They come in like quadrants. You get 4 of these on an A4 sheet, and you could just obviously cut them out if you've got some dies. I've actually got a specific die for these which cuts the quadrant out all in one go, which is perfect. Obviously I'll put all the links down below to some of these products, and it saves you having to stamp them, emboss them, all that stuff. So you can see here I'm just having a little play around, not sure whether I want a longer strip or a shorter one, and I'm not sure at this point either whether I want the black or the white. I do decide on the black. I think it gives a bit more of an impact, especially with the black outline that I've done with the fussy cutting. And I'm here just having a look now, wondering if there's a different particular saying or sentiment that I want to use. But I like this one, happiest of birthdays to you. I do want to make it into a bit of a banner or a flag, so I'm just cutting that little flag out at the end, and then I'm also going to do the same. Now that I've cut that out, I'm going to go around with my black Copic marker as well, just to give that edge a more professional look. Now that I've done that, I'm also going to put this on some foam adhesive. This time I'm using some scrapbook.com strips, but again, a lot of manufacturers make these and they always tend to be the perfect size, don't they, for these sentiment strips, which is great. I'm not even sure what the measurement is, but it's a pretty generic thing. A lot of companies do these strips. I've also got some from Couture Creations, which I love. They're nice and sticky as well. And I'm just going to put it at the bottom of the flowers here, and a nice simple card for me. It's job done very quickly. I hope it gives you some ideas of what you can do yourself, and I just think it's lovely and bright with these spring flowers. Now I'm going over it with some Wink of Stella. This is just a clear one, again just to add a little bit more embellishment and a little bit of shine and shimmer when the recipient is receiving that card. So hopefully you can see that come across on camera. And then all that's left to do is the sentiment on the inside. So this is Lawn Fawn Simplest Sentiment stamp set. I like this one quite a lot for the versatility of it, really. There's lots of different occasions that you can use this for. Because it is going to be in the centre of the card, I don't want to ruin everything I've done on the front. I always use my stamp positioning tool at this point. This is just a We Are Memory Keepers one, and I'm using that Versamark ink as well. This is my favourite black ink to use. It does go down in the first press, so I don't need to redo it a second time. But that is my card done. Once I've finished the recording, I do decide to cut the corners off. You'll see there on the right hand side, just to make it a little bit more different. But I hope you enjoyed that. Please check out the other YouTubers in the hop. I hope you'll join me again next time. Thank you for watching.